Okay, so as the title of this video mentions, this is the official video that I am announcing my 200 subscriber giveaway, and all you have to do is leave a comment. Leave a comment on this video and share a like or give a like, and in about a week or so I will do another video, and we'll another live video, and we'll use one of the random comment pickers, and we'll pick one of the comments, and they will win everything I have here that I'm giving away. And I'm giving away some decent, I think some decent little some gifts here. So a little bit of foreign. Hey Linda, how you doing? Lincoln, how you doing? Come say hi. Come say hi, Ethan.
Hi.
This is Ethan. This is my boy. Anyways, this is like I said, this is the video that I am going to use as the main video for my giveaway. So let me show you what I'm giving out this time, and let me switch cameras here. There we go. So as you can see, as most of you know, I do a lot of foreign, and I felt it was appropriate to give away some foreign. So if you're not a foreign collector, this might be your chance to get started in something. So let me bring this out a little bit. Oops, I just pulled my camera off the thing. There you go. Let me zoom back in, or focus it. Alright, so this here is the first giveaway. I'm going to give a little bit of Canadian copper away. This is a oh, my camera just fell over. Let me try this again. Alright, so this is a 1916 Canadian cent. Looks be in pretty good condition. I'm not that good at grading Canadian stuff, but oh my goodness, this is just not working well. Why is my camera not staying up? Let's try this again. Alright. Anyways, usually one of the main pickups I always look at is the crown on these, and while I don't know, I'm going to guess this is probably about a fine, very good to a fine. It may be a little higher. This is a nice copper coin here, a little ding there on the rim, but hey, that's a pretty nice coin. So that's my copper. The rest I'm giving away is silver. So the next thing, and the winner of my giveaway here, and like I said, I'm not giving away stuff tonight. This is simply the video that we're going to use to comment on, and then I will do another live stream in a week or so, and pick the winners from that. And the winner will win everything I'm showing you here tonight, at least in this first part. The next thing I'm giving away is a smaller silver. This is Great Britain 3 pence. This is 50% silver. What the size? It's a little smaller than a dime. Let me throw a dime. You're not going to win this dime. Let me throw a dime in here for comparison. It's a little bigger than a dime. I'm sorry, the dime's a little bit bigger. And it's 50% silver. If I remember right now, that's probably about 50 cents worth of silver in that at the current prices or so. Again, let's flip this over. This is a good condition. Maybe a little higher, very good. It's also a pretty nice coin. Okay, coin number 3. I've got 4 things I'm giving away, all to one person. This one is not quite as good a condition. It's another 1920. This is silver. It's a shilling from Great Britain as well. 50% silver. I would probably give this a good to. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Just announcing my giveaway that this video is going to be the main video. Yeah, I'll go back over these again, Amy, real quick. This is a 1920 shilling from Great Britain, and probably about good condition. I'll put this one back in the flip, but this is a 3 pence from Great Britain, also 1920. And then there's something that you tend to collect a lot of, Amy. 1916 Canadian 1 cent. You could probably tell me what condition this is. I know you know you're Canadian. You know you're Canadian much better than I do. So there's 3 of the 4. And the last one, if you watched any of my videos before, you know I've been collecting this series and this date quite a bit. This is a shilling, 1 shilling from Australia, 1943 S. These were actually minted in San Francisco, and I've been collecting them because there has been some die varieties on it, which this does not have. This is a normal variety, but there are some varieties that have what looks like a D. It's really just a die crack, but looks like an S over a D. It's just a good coincidence for that. But I've been kind of collecting a lot of these 43 S's, so this has some nice toning on it. I do believe this has probably been cleaned at one point. You can see some hairlines in there. Actually looks like, from this camera angle, looks like there might be a little bit of a die crack between the 9 and the 4 there. You'll see a die crack often form right in between here. I have some other examples of that. Let's flip them over. This you can see the hairlines in behind here. You can see some of the hairlines. So I do believe this is clean, but it's starting to tone back kind of nicely. This is sterling silver, which is 92.5%. This has, at current prices, this is about the size of a quarter, a little smaller than a quarter. This has about $2.50 worth of silver in it. So you are getting, whoever wins this, you're getting this. You are getting this 3 pence. Great Britain. You're getting this shilling from Great Britain. Those 3 are all silver. And then you're getting this large cent from Canada, 1916. So hey, this is all in celebration of me getting 200 subscribers. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been doing this YouTube thing for less than a year. So to have this many subscribers, I'm pretty happy. I know some people move a little quicker. Some people move quite a bit slower. So I'm pretty happy with that. And thankful for everybody out there that has made that possible. So, thank you. Um, like I said, rules are down below in the description, and I will make sure that I've got those all correct after I finish this stream. But basically, the rules are just as simple as this: like this video, leave a comment. And in about a week, I'll do another live video and draw a winner with a random comment picker. And I'll do it live. That way, everybody knows there's no funny business going on. Hopefully, the winner will be here, and I'll get that shipped out to you. So that is the giveaway. Those 4 coins, these 4 right here, is what you're getting for the winner. And I am going to stick them in this envelope for safekeeping. And we will come back to that next week. Like I said, I'm not going to give you a date. I'm going to leave a little bit of a surprise, mainly because I don't even know when I want to do it. I'm kind of busy this time of year. I coach high school baseball, and I'm doing summer baseball this year, so that's got me rolling pretty good. So in between all that, the next thing I wanted to do real quick, I wanted to give a shout out to BillJ version 2. I won, for the first time, I won one of his giveaways, and of course I got one of his stickers, BillJ version 2 sticker, and I also got from Silver Giveaways this cool Harley sticker. That's pretty cool. I like that one. The coins he sent me, pretty happy with these. Let me switch to the other camera. I know these aren't part of the giveaway, but maybe next time. Here we have a 1905 Liberty V nickel. Right about good condition. I might have quite a few nickels. I do believe I have an 05, but I always like this series. But these are some of the ones too that I've put some V nickels out in circulation during the Great Coin giveaway, so gotta replenish my stock here. So what is this? I forget. I don't even remember what this is. 1981 proof. Rosie. It's got a lot more cameo than it appears to. It does have a, or that might be in the plastic. Let me like a closer look at that. Yeah, that's on the plastic. You see a little bit of a, what looks like a neck here, but that's actually just some crud on the plastic. I'm gonna reholder these. Probably some of the holders got tore up, and that's from me removing them from the package. So it's all my fault, not BillJ's. So I'm gonna reholder some of those. Here's a nice one. I'm a sucker for good-looking Wheaties. And this is pretty sharp. Does actually look like a, yeah, maybe not. It almost looks like, I'll take a closer look, but it almost looks like there might be a little bit of a dye chip right there in the bead. Let me take a closer look at that. Yes, it is. We got a little bit of a dye chip in the bottom loop of the B. It's a little added bonus to this already nice looking coin. This, I believe, got Brian. Let's see. Brian Hooper donated these to BillJ. So thank you, Brian, if you happen to be watching this. I believe actually he might have given all these. Yes, he did. I do believe he gave all these. And then here is a real nice 68D Franklin Kennedy. That's Kennedy, not Franklin. Let's see, is that a scratch on there? Nope. That was just a piece of lint on the cover there. 40% silver. And this looks much more lustrous than it's showing in this on this camera. Again, I'm not ready to hold for that. Actually looks like a tape might have got ripped there a little, or the plastic got ripped there a little bit. But again, I think that's from me removing it from the package. Tape kind of got stuck that was holding these in place. I gotta say, BillJ, you really package these quite well, and I was real happy with that. Yep, that's 40% silver. So this is a nice little giveaway here. It's always nice to get silver, and nice to get some nice looking silver here. Very cool stuff there. So thank you, BillJ. Very much appreciated. I don't always get out to watch your channel. You're usually on when I'm working, and I just happened to come on last week, and I think it was Friday, and came on about 10-15 minutes before your giveaway, and got lucky enough to know the answer to your question. So very happy with that. Let's see what else. I think that's about all I had to show. So again, see you, Lincoln. Have a good evening. I'm probably just going to hang out here for a little bit. So please stick around, chat. I'll probably look at some. What I'll do? Get a drink of tea first. So, some iced tea. So yeah, instructions for the giveaway are down below. Don't feel obligated to watch this whole thing. Sure would appreciate it if you did, but and who knows, I might actually throw something else in the giveaway. That'd be a surprise. Maybe I'll announce it during the giveaway. I might have a couple extra little things here laying around. Like I said, I have a lot of foreign. I'm a big foreign collector, and I tend to have a lot of stuff laying around. So anyways, all right. So maybe, let's see, what do we feel like doing tonight? Probably just be on for a little bit longer. Still trying to go through these wheat pennies. I started going through a while back. Just looking for any kind of varieties or die cracks or anything like that. Got a bunch of them to go through, and I'm moving very slow with them. 55. Always looking ahead for any big die cracks they like to have, or any die chips in Liberty or in the date. You'll also find them a lot on the wheat ears. This one looks pretty clean. Well, no varieties anyways. So hope everybody had a good Friday. What I should have done, this one actually looks like it got painted or something. I don't know what's up with that. I should have put this, I'll put a link out this after I'm done, out on the Facebook YouTuber channel. Anyway, I started to say I hope everybody had a good Friday. Pretty much worked. Came out to my car, had a flat tire. Changed that. Luckily, there's a tire shop just less than a mile down the road. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Glad you could stop on. Right now, I'm just looking through some pennies. I announced my giveaway earlier. I'm giving away 4 different items: 3 silver, 1 copper. Or maybe it's bronze. I don't know. Giving away Canadian large set, 1916, I believe. And I'm going to list all this stuff down below, and the instructions for the giveaway are down below. It's a typical giveaway. Just comment and at some point in a week or so, I will do another video that draws the winner from this. And I'll do that live so that it's exciting. So I haven't given anything away yet. Just the announcement, and probably sometime next week we'll be giving away. And so right now I'm just hanging out, going through some Wheaties. It's been laying around here, and I'm moving very slow through them. I've been going through the same bucket for about a month now, because I'm really slow at it. But thank goodness for these microscopes. I tell you, my eyes used to go so buggy looking at stuff. And I'm not getting any younger, so it's making it a little harder. And by the way, the giveaway is open to anybody around the world. I don't know. I've not shipped a lot around the world, so I have to have, if whoever wins is from outside the U.S., have a little patience with me, and I will get that to you and maybe work with you on the best way to get it there without costing an arm and a leg either. But I am happy to ship around the world because, hey, let's face it, half my subscribers are probably from outside the U.S. So, well, if you win, Mike, that'll be even easier. I know I can ship to Missouri. It ain't gonna. I'm in Ohio, so it ain't gonna take that long to get there either. Hopefully, you guys aren't getting hit with a bunch of tornadoes in the last week. We managed to avoid most of those bad storms where I'm at. I'm in northeast Ohio, and I know southwestern Ohio got hit pretty good. Memorial Day. We've gotten quite a bit of rain. My grass, or my yard is saturated, and it's really hard to falling behind on my mowing. I got about half my yard mowed today between myself and my son, and the other half's still too wet. And I coach baseball. I missed. Oh, I dropped it. I'll find it later. I coach high school baseball. Coaching the summer team for our local high school, and our fields are a mess. Too much rain. I live in a small community, and I gotta take care of my own field pretty much, which is fine. Keeps me young. Ooh, this is a shiny one here. There's a nice looking one. Pretty common date, but it's not quite as nice as the one BillJ gave me. Here, you see a lot of weakness up here. I've seen that before. And I believe I heard the explanation that a couple things could be going on here. You could have some grease up here, which would cause this weakness as well. But if you look, that area is opposite this part of the bust, which is one of the thickest and highest points on the coin. And this, if it's a weaker strike, the metal's going to go to here first, in the shoulder, which will often leave out, so the metal won't flow quite as well into there. So that's also quite a possibility there. Learned that from watching copper coins the other night. I've seen one just like this actually, so I'm going to set that one aside. If anybody's watched any of my videos, I like to keep these little pill bottles. Keep them oh, I gotta find, I keep these pill bottles for storing stuff in that I want to look at later. Yeah, that coin had a big nasty fingerprint on it, but that's alright. $57. Look, there's what they call a buy. I used to read this as a buy, and there's a die chip between the B and the E that often looks like an I, so you'd see this listed as a BIE, a buy wheat. And these were pretty common in the wheats, especially I've seen them in the later years, 57, 58s, somewhere in there. So that's kind of a cool little find. Again, nothing extraordinary, but you find enough of those, and stick them all in the roll, and you will get a little bit of a premium on them. I mean, maybe from 2 cents to 3 cents. But hey, you get 100 of them, you make an extra buck. It's a lot of work for a buck. Oh, look how mangled that is. That's pretty ugly. Looks like a guy got stuck up my lawnmower. Oh, that's just about as bad. Look at that. You know, these are the kind that maybe just gets shoved right back out in circulation. Something in the kitchen go ding. Like my boys making a pizza. A little rotisserie pizza machine. I think I smell a pizza. All I got is iced tea. And I'm about out. I wonder, have I gotten anything new lately? Let's see. I think I might have showed some of this off before. I'm really bad about doing any kind of mail calls or anything when I get new purchases and stuff like that. I used to always show them off, but I've been really bad about that lately. Let's take a look at this. This is I know I did get this recently. Picked it up for under $1, I think, off eBay. And 5/10. I'm not sure why they didn't write it 1/2 or 50 cents, or it's probably more like a half penny, I suppose. Why they wrote it 5/10, I don't know. 1885. This has some interesting things I'll show you on this other side. And this is from Austria. And you can always tell Austria because, let me get this, the way that Austria is often spelled in their coins, to me it always looks like, when I was younger, I looked for ostrich. And that is not what it says, but it's oyster cheese, just J. And obviously I cannot speak. But anyways, this has some interesting little characteristics. If you can see, there's quite a few die cracks that go from the rim up until the eagle. Okay, so there's one right there, throws through the eye up into that little ball that the eagle's holding. And then there's another crack that goes from the rim through the K down into the ribbon or whatever that might happen to be. There. And then let's go over here because, hey, guess what? There's another one. Goes from the rim. This is a really nice one here. From the rim down near the end into the wing. And then, if you can guess, there's another one that bisects the S there. Goes from the rim right through the S, makes it look like a dollar sign, into where the eagle is. I think that's the eagle anyways, but it's holding the sword there. So I thought that was pretty cool. Looked like this die was probably on its last legs. This coin actually is stuck in pretty nice condition for that, and sometimes these are so worn down you'd barely even notice those cracks. So I was kind of happy to get this, and I got it pretty cheap. It's not really a really valuable coin. Let me look. Don't even remember. Like I said, I think I paid with shipping and everything. I paid like $1.25 for it. And I will show you here in a minute once I get this up. So let me pull up. There we go. This is from Austria, Habsburg. This is Austro-Hungarian, and it was all kind of messed up back there. There's these little nation states, and I can't keep straight. The one thing I'm not sure of is whether this is the regular eagle or this large eagle. When I looked closely at these, I really couldn't tell a huge difference, but I didn't bother to really study it really in great depth, so yeah. I just went with this one. So, but those are pretty high mintage, and the mintage was carried between those two, so it's you can't really tell what is what. But it has 16 million of them minted, and if you don't know what this is Numista. This is my go-to place for anything foreign, and it's not the be-all end-all, but it gives you a lot of mintages. The prices, I don't worry too much about this because, they're like any other price guide. You take it with a grain of salt. But I look at the mintage, obviously, and often have different comments about varieties. It will tell you, the metal and the weight, and the value of it. This is a 5/10 cruiser, if that's how you pronounce it. And it allows you to keep your collection, so I know that I have one of these. The other thing that I look at, this is kind of a number, but it keeps everything relative. This is the Numista Rarity Index, and it's based on a lot of the data from other people's collections that they store in here. So often, if people don't, and there's probably some formula that they're keeping secret and whatnot. But you know, often if this coin, when they say coin, that's this series, so it's not just that particular date, that particular thing. It's this 5/10 cruiser of this type. Here's the cross number on that from the cross publications. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. But it's a kind of a rarity index based on other people's collections and how many they have it, how many other Numista members have this in the collection. Again, it's just a relative number. It really means nothing, but often it's kind of neat to see get something that's a little higher. I usually think anything over 20 is actually not that bad of a little harder to find, I should say. So anyways, that was a nice little pickup for the price. And it has some sweet characteristics with the die cracks there. And I'm sure, I think there's other people live, so feel free to mosey on over there. I'm not really doing anything too exciting. Let's see who's live here. We got CoinOp is doing their auction. Big Flip is doing a coin roll hunt. Rob's Finds Treasure does his Friday $50 hunt. Silver giveaways, he's doing coin roll hunt. That's a bit, and that's just a few that I'm paying attention to here. But so like I said, this is not the important stuff is already at the beginning of this video. So if you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. But the important stuff for the giveaway, anyways, is right in the beginning. I haven't gotten a lot lately. I just haven't missed our coin show that's normally second Saturday of the month at a baseball game. So missed that. And I've just been son's graduation and a few other things. Just haven't had time to really pay too much attention to eBay and see what's out there. So here's a 57D. These are real famous for having die chips in the bottom of the B there, and you can see that there's one there. So let me throw this in here to my canister of things to look at later. $56. Nothing there. All right. 40S. There we go. There's something a little different. 40S. Now, what I'm not doing a very good job of really is looking closely at the mint marks for any kind of RPMs, but I tend to look for the stuff that is more obvious. Eating and enjoying those wheats. Yep. Don't eat the wheats though, unless they're in your Wheaties. I'm not looking real close for RPMs unless it's like in your face obvious, and so I might be missing some less obvious ones, but if I have to look real hard, we're splitting hairs there at that point. I'm not that excited about it. Here's another one that has a little bit of weakness up there, like I was mentioning earlier. That weakness comes from, I believe, being right on the other side. Yeah, I used to do that, and actually I know I have a jar full of S Wheaties somewhere. around here, and I'm not sure where they're at. Um, I usually don't separate out the Denver ones, but I've always kept the San Francisco ones. I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed those a little bit more. Um, this one has a little bit of that weakness that comes from being opposite the base of this bust here. So let me throw this one in here. Now the problem with me throwing all these into my little canister of, what should I call this? A canister of wonders. My wife is watching this series about the circus and how the circus came, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm starting to talk like they used to talk back then. So this is my canister of wonders. Come into the tent and see my can. That just sounds bad. Anyways, 400 Wheaties. Yep, I have. I do have quite a few more than that, and a lot of them I was given by an uncle years ago, probably about 40 years ago. My uncle, who was a World War II vet and fought over in the Philippines, and he was a huge coin collector. And he passed away, probably 20 years ago. But he was a huge coin collector. Every time we went to visit him, it was my dad's brother-in-law, and every we went to visit him, I bet you every time I came home with a butter dish like this full of Wheaties. Most of them were pretty common. Every so often I would get something a little different. I don't think I ever found any good rarities because he already searched them. But what he didn't do was he didn't search for varieties because back in the 70s and 80s it wasn't as widely a lot of these varieties weren't as widely known unless they were the big ones, so I always had dreams of finding the 55 double die and things like that, but he never looked for any of these other things, some of the closer, the die cracks and things like that. He just didn't. That wasn't what he collected. So anyways, I've got butter dishes like this still to this day, full of Wheaties. I got a box somewhere around here that has, I did at one point roll up a lot of the ones like the common ones, the 58s and the 58Ds and 57s, because I had rolls of them. So I want to kind of slim down my collection a little bit, but I still kind of want to go through everything, just because I'm kind of anal like that. But I want to go through everything and kind of, I have never been to. Well, I take that back. I went to a circus, and I believe it was Barnum and Bailey back in 4th grade, 3rd grade, 2nd grade, somewhere like that. And I do believe it was Barnum and Bailey or Ringling or something like that. That was the only time I've ever been to a circus. So like I said, that's probably been 30, 40 years ago. Well, no, it's been longer than that because I graduated 30 years ago. So yeah. Hey, Coin Junkie, how you doing? Good to see you. You'll want to read below in the description, and once I finish the stream, maybe go back and watch the first 5 minutes. I talk about my giveaway that I'm going to do. And this was just the announcement video. I am going to actually do the giveaway next week, but this video is important because I'm doing a random comment picker. So this video we need to comment on and to be eligible for the giveaway. And I'm giving away some cool stuff, and like I said, even though I'm looking at Wheaties right now, I am more of a foreign collector, so
I'm not sure.
Don't know who said that. Very strange. Anyways, I'm not much of a foreign collector, so sorry, I am a foreign collector. My goodness, that voice I think it was my Alexa over there. Oh, I just said it again. Now she doesn't think I'm talking to her. Anyways, that device over there heard me say her name and is speaking to me, and I got all flustered. Anyways, don't know what I was saying. Watch this video. I'm giving away some cool stuff. I do foreign stuff, so I'm giving away some foreign silver, some foreign copper, and some kind of cool stuff. So, one winner is going to win it all. So, pretty excited about that. This looks like, to me, there is on this tee, it's a little bit of a die chip, and you'll find this a lot. I've seen a lot of those with that exact marking on there. What year was this? 57. Yep, that's another good one. A lot of times too, you'll find if it has that marking, a lot of times it has die cracks in the head. I don't really see them. Let me take a closer look here. No, not really seeing anything there. There's a die chip on the back there. So we'll throw this into my canister of, what did I say? Canister of wonders. Because it's like a circus around here. 44. 1944. And my giveaway is open to anybody around the world. If somebody wins that is not from the U.S., I will figure out how to ship it to you. I will find a way. As long as it's legal to ship it to you, I will ship it. At the pace I'm going with these weenies, it will take me another year to go through. Probably longer than that to go through, because I'm not moving very fast. Moving quite slow, actually. Yeah, I used to pull out any Wheaties that had an estimate mark. Didn't usually care about the D's. I would pull out, this is years ago, I'd pull out anything from the 30s or before, and of course any steel cents. This is the 43s I would pull out too. And other than that, I kind of just threw them in all together. There's some weakness there around the E and the P of the, but nothing real great there. Oh, this looks like an ugly one. It is an ugly one. Denver. Good old die chip in the bottom of the B there. That is so common. It's a wonder they don't all have it. Although you don't see it a ton. I mean, you see it other dates. They're seeing some weakness there. Around the O and the E, the plu of the pluribus. So because that has that little die chip, I threw it in my canister of. Can't think of a better name. That doesn't sound. Canister of wonders. Canister of. I like canister. It's a canister of misfits. The misfit coins. The canister of misfit coins. That actually actually looks like it has some glue on it or something. It just goes right down there and the rest of that junky pile. 42. So if you're just coming on, oh, look at that. I got a die chip in the B and a die chip in the top of the 9. 57Ds are pretty famous for that. Got quite a few of those already. I see the numbers slowly moving up with the viewers. But if you're just coming on, you want to read the instructions. This is the announcement for the giveaway video, and right now I'm just looking through some cents, just passing some time. But you'll want to go back and watch the first 5 minutes or so of this video and leave a comment below, and that will get you entered into the drawing, which I will do in another week or so. And I have some nice prizes. And that's all laid out in the beginning of the video, so go check it out when I get finished up here. And I probably won't draw for another week. I'm really busy with coaching baseball and work, so it just might be a little bit before I get to it. Now I want to give some time for people to. I don't get a ton of traffic. I have 200 subscribers, but I don't put a ton of videos out there, so I don't. Ooh, that is ugly. That is ugly. That looks like a 34, though. 34 would be my guess on that. Or maybe a 54. 34, 54. Kind of looks like one or the other. If it wasn't so ugly. Hey, time of the signs. Time of the signs. A little clever trick on the name there. Time of the signs. Looking through my loop to see if I can see what this date is, and I am not being. You know what? Wow, I cannot tell. 19. It does look like 1934. I don't see a mint mark. So I'm gonna go with the 34, but that is so ugly. I don't even care. Don't even care. So again, we're just checking out some Wheaties here, picking out some ugly ones here. But the whole purpose of this video was to announce a giveaway that I'm doing, and that is all probably within the first 5 minutes of this video. So go check it out when I'm done here, and leave a comment, and you'll get yourself entered so that when I do this in a week or so, you have a chance to win some cool stuff. And all that I'm giving away 4 coins, and that's all laid out in the first 5 minutes. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. Did have a flat tire after work today. That kind of sucked. And I took it to the shop that was just down the road. I put the spare on, drove it down to the shop, and I don't see anything. There's nothing on there. What'd you find the other day? Some Wheaties? Did you find a Wheatie? Yeah. I don't do a lot of coin roll hunting, but cents are the ones that I still kind of find in circulation. I find a Wheatie every so often. I actually got one probably about 2 weeks ago in change. Anyways, took the tire down to the shop after I got my spare on. Said, hey, we've had a rash of people in my office get flat tires over the last 6 months. And there's a long story behind it, and I'm not sure what's all true, so I'll just leave it at there were a lot of people getting flat tires at my office. So I thought I was just the latest victim, of that, and the so got the tire off. I looked at it. I didn't see anything obvious. I didn't see a nail sticking out of it. I didn't see anything obvious. But I'm also sitting on a parking lot, so I took it down to the shop right before they could close. They got me in, took a look at it, couldn't find anything wrong, didn't know where it was leaking, couldn't find a leak anywhere, but they did break it down and clean the rims up and refill it, and got me home, and you know what, still got air in it, so I'm pretty happy. As long as I wake up in the morning and there's still air in it, I'll call it good. But still a little frustrating, because that was not what I had planned for tonight, and got home about an hour late from work, which made me miss half of baseball practice, and I'm tired. And I had to finish mowing the grass, or part of it anyway. So no, it wasn't a valve stem. They checked that. Valve stem was good. There was nothing in it. They couldn't find any nails or anything like that. There was nothing in the sidewalls of the tires. No little nicks or anything like that. My guess is that the bead broke. Might have hit a pothole. Might have hit something. Broke the bead. And it had a slow, but quick enough that the tire went flat over the day as I was sitting there. And like I said, it's been filled up for the last 5 hours now, and it's still got plenty of air in it. So we'll see. I'll probably go out in a little bit, make sure it's still got air in it tonight, and then I guess we'll find out in the morning. Yeah, it definitely was not what I had planned for the day or for the evening. I was ready to get out of work, come home, do some things, go to baseball practice, do some more things, and it didn't happen. But hey, you know what? It could have been worse. There's some weakness there again. That weakness there often comes. This is a lot more common than I've. Now that I kind of know why it's happening, I guess I'm noticing it a lot more. But this weakness comes from. I learned this from copper coins the other day, because it is opposite this part of the shoulder here, and the metal flows in there. So if it's got a weak strike, the metal's going to flow on this side first. So that's kind of cool. But again, nothing real exciting there, but still kind of cool. Copper Coins does a great job of explaining. He's definitely the expert in Lincoln cents, that's for sure. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna get some more to drink. Talk amongst yourselves. Somebody sing a song. There we go. Got me a refill. Refill and some H2O. H2O. Don't know what H2O is. H2O doesn't spell anything. It spells hot if you rearrange letters. That's H2O, not HTO. 1942. 1942. I'm going to start, 37. Not I always like finding something before 30, before the 40s. It's in pretty nice condition. Let's see. Oh yeah. Got a few dings here and there, but it's a nice sharp stripe. Good lines in the wheat. That's still a pretty nice looking coin there. I have got, let's see, figure out. I've got multiple canisters of wonder, canisters of misfits, whatever you want to call them. I don't remember which I'm putting where. Let's see what we got in here. Because, what is this one? 1927. And this is a 1927. This is not my 27 jar, but it is my pre-40, pre-1940. So this cannot be a canister of misfits. This must be a canister of senior citizen cents. No, that doesn't make sense. To come up with a clever name for this. Not happening right now, though. 19. You know what is this doing in here? This is not a Wheatie. What in the world is this 1980 cent doing in my Wheaties? Feels like 80s commercials, cereal commercial. You got memorials in my Wheaties. That was peanut butter in my chocolate, or chocolate in my peanut butter. But you know what? It's kind of cool though. You can still see that weakness right there. So that weakness, the same area as on the Wheaties, that weakness shows there because it's opposite that part of the bust right there. So that happens whether it's a Wheatie or not. Very cool. But I don't know what it's doing in my Wheaties. 57D. Look, there's a little bit of die chip starting right there. A lot of times when you see it there starting, there's going to be something in the B. Is there something in the B? Let's slide it over. There is nothing in the B. I feel left down. You often see that in conjunction. The bottom part of the B and the top part of the 9 on a 57 Denver. I wonder if anybody has ever done a study on how many dies were done in 1957 at Denver. Let me flip over to copper coins. Not there. Not there. Like I said, if anybody's got to take off, I'm just hanging out here because I got nothing else to do on Friday night. But I know there's some other people that have some live streams now, so I will understand. I know. Let's see, Ken's on right now. Coin Op is on right now. Rob Finds Treasure is on. Half Dollar Make You Holler is on. Silver Giveaways is on. So there's a lot going on tonight. Friday night's a busy night. Let's see. I don't know if you know what, you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Went to Copper Coin site. The only thing I wish he would do is his page is all scrunched up on the left side. Wish we'd get it updated so it would use the screen real estate a little bit better. Lincoln cents. Let's see. Date guide 19. What did I say that was? What is this? This is a 1957D. So let's go 57. That's the other thing. He does have a tendency to get some errors here. $57D. So he's just listing double dies. I don't know that he has a. I don't know that he has a listing of the different number of dies, the die chips, and things like that. But it'd be interesting to see if anybody's done a study on that, to see what kind of different dies might exist for this particular date and mint mark. This will go into my jar of misfits. I call it a jar now. This should be my canister of misfits. Once I search through all these, I'll probably end up doing a video of going back through my canister of misfits and trying to remember why they're in there. Why are you in here? Probably because you're a misfit. If I could sing, I would sing for you the Misfit song from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But I won't subject you to that. I will lose viewers. I will probably fall underneath 200 viewer subscriptions if I start singing. 58D. Yeah, look at that. Bottom of the B. Again, very common for this year. Denver seemed to have a lot of problems with their dies in 57, 58. Ouch. I tend to have a sore back from time to time, and changing a tire did not help my back today. And now sitting here, it's starting to stiffen up a little bit. 55 Denver. Big old gash across the head. That had to hurt. Look at the D's all filled up in there. Sometimes it's hard to tell with the mint mark sometimes whether that's just a filled D die chip or if it's just a mushy mint mark, because that happens sometimes. I'm going to go with a die chip because I've not seen too many of those, and if it was a mint mark, a mushy mint mark, I would suspect a lot more for the 58Ds would be like that. So I gotta come up with some names. I got canister of misfits. It's where all the die breaks, die chips, die cracks, weak strikes, things like that would go. I will show you a misfit coin here. This is my 27. I'm sorry, pre-40 coin. So this is my canister of old things, for lack of a better name. Here is my little canister, my little tube of really, really old things. These are some Wheaties that are like 1909, the teens in the 1909s in there, mostly pretty low dates. This is my, what is this? This is, yes, this is my canister of Steel Sense. So don't have a clever name for it. And this is, what we got in here. This is, there's some cool stuff. This is my, let's see if I can find out what was wrong with these. This is my little canister that I had put some error coins that I found when I was searching through some silver. And look at that. Came right up to, look at this big old die crack right here. It almost runs from the rim. You can see it running from the rim right here, across the base of Washington, all the way across there. Then back down the side of the one. Looks like almost all the way to the rim. Had that fallen out, you'd be missing the whole date. I wonder if there's any with a big old cut on this with the date missing. Because if it is, it might be a 64 because I've just got a sample of that. 64 Denver. So if it's a Denver, everybody's got a big Washington quarter with a big old cut where the date was. Excuse me. That could be that. Then let's see what this one is. This one, I believe, also had a die crack right across the base. Not as dramatic as that last one. but it is there nonetheless. I don't think this one goes to the rim. Is that a Denver? That is not a Denver. That is a Philadelphia. So there you have that. And this Merc had something. It had, I believe, a die crack at the base of Miss Mercury. Right there it is. Excuse me. Right there is a little die crack. Goes from the base down to the rim. So this is my little canister of silver misfits. There you go. And on here I got a tube of Mercs. So I want to show you something. I've got something cool. I gotta find it. This I picked up. I have a banker friend. She's a teller at a bank, and she always lets me know if any large dollars come in. Oh, am I gonna be able to find this? She always lets me know if I have any, if she has any, when she gets any dollars in. And she let me know not too long ago she had 11 of them come in to the store. I went and picked them up and paid cash for them. No, I think it was 12 actually, now that I think about it. Anyways, she had 12 come into the store, and into the bank, and one was a grease-filled Ike that was, the whole obverse of it was quite mushy, if you will. I don't know what I did with it. Oh my goodness. I do know I have a picture of it though. If I can't find it, which it does not look like I know where it's at. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I need to get organized. I am awful. As you're witnessing to right now, because I can't find anything. What side of the country are you in? I am in Ohio. So I am in the Midwest. I am in Northeast Ohio. Probably about an hour or so from Cleveland. Cleveland Indians fan. Cleveland Browns fan. It's been a long time for the Cleveland Browns, but they are coming back, I'm telling you. So yeah, Ohio State Buckeyes, go Buckeyes. I actually got Cleveland Indians shirt on right now, but a Ohio State Buckeyes fan, at least in football. And yeah, so that's where I am from. Where are you from? What part of the country are you in? I'm going to say your name wrong every time because Time of the Signs, I want to say Sign of the Times, and I get it wrong. Alabama. That is A-L, right? Alabama. Roll Tide. I knew you'd say that. Go Bucks. Hey, we're all friends here. We're all friends. Let me show you. I want to find, I know I have a picture of it. I actually posted up on the forums that I'm actually part of. And let me pull that up. I can at least, Coin Talk. If you are on Coin Talk, it's a good forum. A lot of good people on here. People can chat. And Grease Eisenhower. I posted a picture of my coin up here to get people's opinions. So I will just show you what it looked like. This is it. That is, look at that. That is full of grease. You barely see. In God We Trust is pretty weak there. Liberty is starting to get weak. The date's really weak. It says 1972. I don't remember if it's got a mint mark on it or not. I don't remember, but maybe I say up here. Oh, I had 15 of them. She had 15. It pays off to be friends with your bank teller. The reverse looked pretty normal. The reason I say this is grease filled because even though it's really worn, I've seen worn coins that look pretty bad like this. Usually it's pocket pieces, but look at the rim. The rim is nice and solid all the way around, and on a worn coin, the rim would be worn down too, most likely. And that was the general consensus of the other people in the forum there. So yeah, I like Ikes. I don't have a ton of them, but I do like Ikes, especially when I can get them for face value. That's always fun. I have as long as I'm pulling out all these tubes, I know where these are. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Oh my goodness. There they are. Here's a tube of most of my Ikes. Alabama Mark. Is that your... I don't know if I subscribe to Alabama Mark. I will have to check them out. Or check you out, I should say. Let me pull this up. Oops, where'd I... Oh. Alabama Marks. Alabama Mark. Alabama... Not Marks, not plural. Whoops. Good thing you're not watching what I'm doing because I am not very... I'll have to look for you. I'm not finding the channel here with a quick 2-second search, but I will look for it. These Ikes here are the ones that I've picked up over the last year or so from my bank teller. I forget how many's in there. There's probably about 20, 25 of them in here. All gotten at face value. Nothing too exciting. I did get, like I said, I got that grease-filled one, and what else did I get? I got something else on it. I got a Type 3, 1972 Type 3, which is there's actually 3 types, and I believe Type 1 is the common one. Type 2 is the really rare one, the rarer one, I should say. Type 3 is the middle-of-the-road one. I did pick up a Type 3 out of that for face value, so that's always fun. So this is my tube of Ikes, and we will call it the tube of Ikes. But I can't get any more Ikes in there. So if the bank comes, if they call and say, "Hey, I got more," I've got a nice empty tube right there for them. Here's my tube of some junk, common Morgans, peace dollars, things like that I picked up over the years. I do computer consulting, or I did anyways. I actually work for a computer software company now, but I did computer consulting for a lot of years, and I had a few clients that I used to trade a few hours of work from time to time for a few... Is Type 2 the rarest? Yeah, it's Type 2. That's what I said. I did say that earlier. I have a Type 3. I might have said I had a Type 2. I found a Type 2. I found a Type 3, which I think was the middle of the rarities there. But anyway, I used to trade. I do some work, and I would trade silver. He had a lot of silver, common silver, junk peace dollars, and Morgan dollars. I think he had gotten from his mom or something when she passed away. So I would trade a little bit of work for him. So that was always fun. But what was I doing before I went off on my tangent? Don't remember. So we'll just pull out another Wheatie here. Oh, let me flip the camera back to Big scope. 1951. So Lincoln, I got to ask you, is Lincoln? Oh, there you go. Hey, Alabama Mark, there you go. Let me see if am I subscribed to you yet or not. And I can't do that from here. I will have to go into YouTube, and I'm not actually watching my own YouTube channel here. Let me pull that up, and I will have to mute myself. Ask you is there we go. Muted myself, and let's see if I'm subscribed to you. I don't remember that. I am not. So I will subscribe to you right now. There you go. I just subscribed to you. And thank you for the subscription on both those accounts there. Appreciate it very much. This should put me up to about 202 now. So, yeah, we're keeping that 200 mark so I can do my giveaway. I don't know. I think everybody was here. And people are probably getting sick of me saying it, but this video is the giveaway video announcement. So comment on this video and you'll be entered in for the giveaway. And if you want to see what you're getting and some of the rules, read the directions, the description down below. Watch the first 5 minutes of this video. We'll explain it all. In case anybody is new here, all right. Yeah, 1973, lowest mintage. Yeah, Lincoln, I was going to ask you, because I know your icon is your Ike dollar. I should have figured out, for some reason, just having the name Lincoln in there. I guess I just assumed you were a Lincoln fan. But is that is the Lincoln coming from Lincoln Cents, or is that more of like a town or a location that you're at? How long have I been collecting coins? I have been collecting for probably close to 40 years. I am 48 years old, and I used to go to my uncle's house that World War II vet. He was a lifelong collector, and he would send me home with butter dishes full of wheat pennies. And that's kind of how I got started. And my dad had a jug. I call it a jug. It kind of was a big jug that had some, it's where he threw his silver. He would find. My dad it was a mechanic. He owned a garage, so sold a lot of gas. And so whenever this was back in the late '60s or through the '70s into the mid '80s, and any silver that he found, he would keep. He was savvy enough about it. He wasn't really a collector, but he knew enough about it. Save out the silver, so he had that. So between my uncle and my dad's silver and having access to all the coins from the garage, I became a coin collector. Nice, Lincoln. I have never. Obviously, I started with Lincoln Cents, and but I've never managed to complete a set. I probably have everything from like 1930-ish up through common. To current date. I can't say that I've actually collected by date since the late 80s. So at one point I had from 1930 through probably 1988, 89, somewhere in there. So you just started with silver and gold in February. Wells Fargo shut down for a day, so that would kind of suck. Not having access to your money, and it would scare me too. No doubt. I am not really a stacker. I do have a nice little stack of silver, not enough to live off of if something would collapse. Not near as much as some of these other stackers do. I've not really got into gold. Just didn't have the disposable income when gold was cheap, and now it's just expensive. So, but I do have a nice little stack of silver that, while it wouldn't keep me living for long if everything collapsed, it would it does allow me a little bit of flexibility if silver would really take off. So 51 years, yeah. It would take me a long time too to get that collection. I don't even know what I have anymore, to be honest with you. With Lincoln Cents, I just, I have, like I said, I got these little butter dishes. I have a couple old Whitman folders that have stuff in them. Who knows? I've kind of picked up stuff here and there over the years that probably would add to the collection. I've got a couple 14, or more in the teens. I picked up a few more in the teens than what I had found from circulation, and so I probably should sit down and really see what I have, see how far off. Now I have had some Lincoln Cents that I turned around and flipped right away. I picked up a 1909 S at an auction one time. It was actually in a Whitman folder that I picked up for pretty cheap, and I don't think people realized it was in there. I had hoped that there was a VDB on the back, and they put it in the wrong spot, but no, they didn't. But hey, I flipped that pretty quick, and so I've had some other coins that would have made part of a nice collection, but I just never bothered to put it all together. New baby will do it. I've got 4 kids, the youngest being 14, so the oldest is out of the house, 3 already out of school. Just the 14-year-old will be a freshman next year, so got a little more disposable income than I used to, but still, it's with 4 kids, I had to kind of watch my money, and it's hard to get out of that habit now. So I'm a little cheap, maybe. I have gold and silver, but interesting. Yep, I have kind of have it all, but they just interest me. I like the history behind them. I like, I actually like a well-worn coin, sometimes more than a uncirculated copy of it. Mostly because of the history behind it. So you've been trying for a kid for 10 years? Well, congratulations. I'm glad you finally had your baby. Kids are great. They kids are wonderful, and yes, God gives us more than plenty. Ain't no doubt about that. I believe that completely, and He keeps giving and giving and giving more than we deserve. So that is very true. But congratulations, Alabama. That's awesome. Kids are wonderful. Love my kids to death. Even doesn't matter. And Lincoln, you can attest to this. Probably doesn't matter how old your kids are. You love them just as much as you did the day they were born. So at least I feel that way. So, but yeah, I still got 3 living at home. 2 are out of school. One just graduated a week ago. Like I said, I got the 14-year-old that's going to be a freshman. Got a few more years there, and then we'll be empty nesters. Well, shouldn't say empty nesters. Who knows how long we'll live here? But yep, kids are a blessing. That's for sure. No doubt about that. You hate to see them grow up, and you hate to see them move on, but yet it's a whole new chapter of their lives, and it's a whole new wonderful new life and new set of experiences for him. I love watching. My oldest is 24, and even I love watching him. He just got married 6 months ago, and he just got married 6 months ago, and I love seeing him start his no kids yet, no grandkids. I don't have any grandkids yet, but I love seeing him start his family, and so as much as I wanted him to stay small, and I miss those times, it's great that he's out living his life, and luckily all my kids are pretty close. He only lives about a mile up the road, and like I said, the other three are still at home. Yep, I can't wait to have grandkids, Lincoln. Can't wait for that. Grandkids have a special, as much as you love your kids, grandkids, I suspect, because I don't have any, but I suspect that's a whole different type of love and enjoyment with them. So, 35, I wish I was 35. Like I said, I'm 48, I'll be 49 in about a month and a half. Middle of July. Maybe I'll do a birthday giveaway. People give me gifts for my birthday. Maybe I'll give everybody a gift. Well, not everybody. Yeah, I'll do a giveaway. I'll have to plan that. So I'll finish this giveaway up and start planning my birthday giveaway. That'd be kind of fun. Everybody can help me celebrate my birthday by, oh boy, look at, he looks like somebody took some pot shots at him. Poor Mr. Lincoln. Yeah. Yep. I'm looking forward to spoiling the kid. I remember my father-in-law. I'm assuming your wife's name is not July 30th, but maybe her birthday? My birthday is actually July 26th, so only 4 days ahead of her. Although I'm guessing I'm a few years older than her. My father-in-law, he passed away, I don't know, probably 10 years ago now, maybe. I don't know if it's been that long. But he was one especially. My parents are still alive and love my kids. But my father-in-law lived probably less than a mile down the road. And he was one to come pick my kids up. Say, I want to take the kids for ice cream. And take them for ice cream. Didn't matter what time of day. Didn't matter if we were getting ready to eat supper. He wanted to take them for ice cream, and he'd take them to get ice cream and bring them back, and off he'd go. So he loved his grandkids, that's for sure. Yes, I figured it was his birthday. Yeah, I've got some pretty good in-laws. My mother-in-law she still just lives a mile down the road. Not even that. She's great. She's great with the kids, and she's always helped out when we were newly married, and I probably didn't appreciate her as much as I should have. But my father-in-law, like I said, he passed away probably 10 years ago. Maybe it's not been 10 years ago. No, actually, it's only been It's been probably about 6 years. 6 years ago now, he passed away. But he was a good guy. My parents live probably about 6, 7 miles from us. My dad's 82. My mom is in her 70s, late 70s, and but my dad still comes to all my kids' baseball games and everything else. He's active and involved in the family, and you wouldn't, just by looking at him, you wouldn't guess he was in his 80s. Yeah, my father-in-law was a good guy. He, like I said, it's been probably about 6 years now. He had diabetes real bad, and he had some issues with his legs and had to have surgery on his legs, and he surgery went well, but he got an infection, and the infection is what killed him. So it was kind of unfortunate. I think he just turned 70 or 71, so he really wasn't that old. So it was just unfortunate that he told me that because he had some issues with after the surgery. Like I said, it basically he had a big old, they cut him open pretty good on the one leg, and it just wasn't healing right. And he told me before he passed away, probably about 2 weeks or so before he passed away, and it wasn't like he, knew he was dying or anything like that. It was somewhat unexpected, I guess. But he told me a couple weeks ahead of time that, like, man, if I'd known I'd had this much trouble, he goes, I'd just had my leg amputated. Because that was the other option. He could, so. Yeah, diabetes is, now I will say this, he probably didn't take care of himself as much as he should have with diabetes. He was overweight, and he ate what he wanted. Now, he took the insulin, and, he was careful to keep it somewhat under control. But he probably didn't do what he was always supposed to do. He wasn't real diligent with it. He could have stood to lose some weight. But yeah, diabetes is my grandmother, my mom's mother, had diabetes really bad, and I know towards the end of her life, I forget how old she was when she passed away, but she's been dead for 24, 25 years now. But I think she had, at the end, she had both legs amputated, and she's basically blind, and it just took her. But again, she was overweight. She didn't take care of herself the way she should have living. I had a cousin who had diabetes real bad. She died I think in her 30s. I mean, again, this has been 25, 30 years ago she passed away, but she died, I think she was only in her 30s. And my dad's been pretty healthy. He's really, I mean, he had open heart surgery probably about 15 years ago. Other than that, he's been as healthy as an ox. Yeah, I think we all need to take care of ourselves better, don't we? I'm as guilty as anybody. You can't see everything, but I need to lose some pounds. My beard hides a lot of it, amongst other things. But I go to the doctor every year for my physical, and I got high blood pressure, but nothing. There's a 52S. Like I said, I kind of keep the S's. For some reason, I've always kept the S's separated out. Anyways, high blood pressure, and meds for those for a long time. Well, 10 years or so. Says I'm healthy, but it's like you could probably lose 50 pounds and exercise a little bit more, and I pretty much get that every year. I should probably listen to him more. 54D. Got a baseball game tomorrow at noon. Got a doubleheader Sunday at noon. Got a busy weekend. Hope the rain holds off. I think it's supposed to rain here Saturday night into Sunday morning, which could put a damper on the game on Sunday because our fields aren't going to take much more water. Lincoln, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night. Oh, I've been on here for almost 2 hours. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 11 o'clock. It might be getting close to my bedtime. Yeah, that would, I can imagine. Probably don't want to be doing too much work out in the rain. Not doing landscaping. I know I have a bad enough time to want to keep my grass mowed. Especially over the last week or so, we've had so much rain. We actually had, luckily for us anyways, they were quite a ways away, but Memorial Day we had, I don't know, what are they saying, almost 20 tornadoes here in Ohio on Monday. Pretty good one down, I shouldn't say good, pretty bad one down in Dayton, the Dayton area that destroyed quite a bit of destruction. We've had a few up in our northeastern corner of Ohio, not near like what they got down there, but we had a lot of rain, and that hasn't been good for keeping my grass mowed, that's for sure. Ooh, look at that. That is ugly. You can just throw that right in the bin there. $15.50D. Yeah, we're kind of on the edge. We don't get the tornadoes like they do out in the plain states, out in Oklahoma, or even into Missouri. I know. I know Mike Wolf was on. I think he said he was from Missouri. I know they get a few more out there than we do, but 1938. I'll go in my 30s, my 40s and earlier. 1939 and earlier. Ben, which is this guy here. Yeah, this has been a big year. I know we average. I think Ohio. I was reading an article the other day. Ohio averages probably about. It was something like 15 to 20 tornadoes a year on average, and maybe it was even less than that. We've already got 25 so far this summer or this spring, so it's been a busy year. And granted, most of them were Monday night. One big set of storms there, but we haven't had one. We had one probably about just a real small one, not very strong, earlier in the spring. Let's say in April, I think, maybe. Probably about 3 or 4 miles from us. Didn't cause hardly any damage. Maybe some bigger branches, smaller trees came down, but nothing major. We had a good one 13, 14 years ago that came through an area about 2-3 miles from us, and it had traveled probably about 5 miles between two towns. Um, but we've had that one was, well, it still wasn't a very strong one. It caused quite a bit of damage. Actually, a kid got killed from it. He was out camping, and it was in a tent when the storm hit, and a big tree branch fell in the tent and killed him in the tent. So that was, but we had a lot of, and we didn't have the tornado here, but we had a lot of straight wind, or, straight line winds, or whatever they call it. We had quite a few tree. We actually had one or two trees come down, a lot of limbs, and I actually went over to. I didn't know the tornado had hit yet at this point. I knew there was strong storms and there was tornado warnings, but I didn't know one actually hit. I went over to my parents' house, and they lived pretty much really close to where the tornado started. And I went over there just to check on them, because none of us had power. Went over to check on them, and I happened to look up the road, and I'm like, oh, there's a tree down up there. And I kind of was like, well, people were driving around it, so I just went up that way and went around the tree. And when I went around that tree, it looked like I drove into a war zone. There were so many trees down, limbs, and there was only one path through, and I had to keep going. And it took me what should have been like a 5-minute, about 10-minute drive. It took me over an hour to kind of weave my way through it. There was already so many people helping. I wanted to stop and help some people, but I was really just in the way. And I had my own trees to clean up as well. So yeah, we don't get too many big tornadoes here, but the ones we get sometimes can cause enough damage of their own. I would hate to see a really big one. We usually get, from the hurricanes, about once a year we'll have a hurricane or the remains of it come up through, and it usually amounts to just a lot of rain. Every so often we'll get a really windy night. I remember a few years back we had a lot of rain, and the wind, it was probably 80-mile-an-hour gusts and probably sustained winds of 50-60 miles an hour for probably about 6 hours or so. And of course we lost power, and I lose power at my place if a butterfly sneezes. So we lose power all the time here. But yeah, this was definitely, well, once a year we'll get a good storm or remains from a hurricane that will sweep up this way and leave its mark on us. That's for sure. So, well, I think I am going to call it a night. I'm kind of tired, and I have to get up early in the morning to get every kids off and ready for baseball and get myself ready, and kind of got up early this morning anyways for work, and kind of tired. So I thank everybody for 2011. There's a few that just demolished parts of Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. Yeah, you can burp and knock the power out here. Yeah, that's how we are here. It's funny because I actually lived about a mile up the road, and we must be on different networks there. And because up there, I lived up there for 12, 13 years, and I probably lost power 3 or 4 times in those 13, 14 years. I move a mile down that road, and I lose power 4 or 5 times a year for more than just a few minutes. I'm talking 4 or 5 times a year we lose power for an hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. It's an extended period. So yeah, it's fun. Anyways, I thank everybody for coming out. If you stuck this long with me, thank you. Again, this video is a giveaway announcement, and all the information for the giveaway is below in the description. Watch the first 5 minutes of this video and you'll see what you're getting, the winner. I will be doing that giveaway drawing in a week or so. When I get a chance, I'll do live video, and all you have to do is comment on this video, and um, uh, you'll have a chance to win. So thank you, Alabama Mark. It was great meeting you. I hope you come back. I'll have to check out some of your videos now that I got your uh, your channel. I'll have to check out some of your videos, and good luck with the new baby. Congratulations. It's a blessing from God, that's for sure. And everybody else, God bless. Thank you for coming out. And I will see you, if not sooner, at least in a week or so. But I probably will be on sooner than that. So, anyways, have a great one. We'll catch you all later.